Connie and Curtis.
All right, Steve here with a very special edition of Steve's Stories about the Humane Society of West Michigan. I am here with the Executive Director, Trudy Jeffers, to tell me a little bit about their history. So, let's get started. First off, who do you have right here?
Yeah, this is Sylvester. He's a 2-month-old Terrier Chihuahua mix. He's here with his litter mates who are up for adoption, along with a number of other animals here and our off-site adoption locations at Humane Society of West Michigan.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, I did a little bit of research. You sent me over some literature to read, and it looks like the Humane Society of West Michigan was founded way back in 1883.
Yeah, really, really long time ago. So, way back in the day, compassion was certainly there for animals who didn't have homes. So I certainly was around back then, but we certainly know that from those folks, what they would do is they would rehome animals that they would find as strays, or if there were, a number of litters that would happen. And they also, really made the humane shelter in their own homes. So as that grew and grew, they became more structured and formulated, a shelter, which we've been in this location for about 15 years. Our former location, our original location, was on Bristol Road in Walker.
Okay. Well, talking about this location, this is an amazing facility. It's 19,000 square feet.
Yeah.
And so what other services do you offer here in this building? Because there's a lot going on in here.
There's a lot, yeah, you've seen this morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a bevy of things bubbling up and good things happening. Yeah, so we definitely have adoptions, right? That's our main program. But we also provide a number of other programs. Right now, summer camp is going on. So we've got kids in our training area, and they're learning about compassion and responsibility for animals, which then, of course, lends a hand to compassion and responsibility towards other human beings on our earth.
So that's like a great way for for parents to take kids to prove to the parents that they are able to take care of a pet then.
Absolutely,
Okay.
because that's always a parent or guardian's, fear is that, yep, we're going to get these animals and I'm going to just do all the work.
Right. Exactly.
Which has happened to me for a little while. So yeah, and it's great, and it's education, and it's fun, and they're away from screen time, right? Because we're all
definitely.
about, these screens and getting everyone away from them to experience life and be present in the now. That can really happen here. We also have low-cost vaccine clinics and our Kibble Connection food bank. So those are for folks who've financially fallen on some hard times, or just financially are struggling to keep their own animal with their family. And our hearts really go out to those folks because they're doing their best. And we don't want them to have to bring their animal back here. We really want to help them keep their animals in homes, because the shelter is not a long-term place, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So we offer a low-cost vaccine clinic and a food bank to help folks. We also have a group of our staff who go out to present to schools and different community events, talking about our mission and just keeping Humane Society of West Michigan at the forefront of people's minds, because we're your local shelter and we're 100% donor funded.
Yeah, I know, I love that part of you. And you also have a ton of volunteers.
We do.
You have you have 45 people that are part or full-time staff, and in addition to that, you have over 300 community volunteers?
We do.
Is this the most you've ever had?
It keeps blowing up.
Yeah.
And we also, we've got volunteers who've been with us from the very beginning. You met Paul earlier. He's in our cattery. He's been with us a long time. People are really dedicated, and this is a part of their day-to-day in their life. We also have really grown our events and as a part of that, volunteers help specifically for events, which is fundraising. So we have quite a breadth of volunteers, adoption counselors who meet with our customers and help make the best adoption match, folks who do laundry, folks who are helping us, they're reading, we're a band of all about animals. So,
nice.
Yeah.
And how does someone go about finding out how they can volunteer?
Yeah, sure. Ashley Dahl is our volunteer coordinator, so her email address is adahl, D-A-H-L, at hswestmi.org. And we periodically have orientations for folks who, they have some extra hours to give and they want to give it for animals.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So now let's go on to adoption. What is the process exactly? You take me from
Start to finish.
Yeah, start to finish.
Yeah, so you arrive on our beautiful grounds and you're greeted by our customer service. I always ask folks prior to coming in, think about your intentions, right? Think about your expectations. What do you want in an animal? Do you want an animal who will fit into your lifestyle? If you live kind of a library experience, you like a little quieter side of life, and so you're probably not going to want one of our animals who's listed as an orange, who's a goofball, and would like to run 5 miles a day with you, right? So we talk about matches, and certainly you want to think about your environment, what you like to do, so that best match can happen. I've also seen it happen where people come in and they just fall in love. They think they're going to get a puppy, but then they're called to an older dog, and they realize, hey, you know, what you see is what you get with an older animal. I'm not sure about a puppy, and I just saw how much it pooped in 5 minutes. I don't know if I want to deal with that every day. And then we sometimes have people come in, they say, I really wanted a dog, but I just fell in love with this cat. And actually, I want 2 of them. Yeah, so it's really exciting. We love it. It's great. And so, okay, so you found the animal that you've liked. You fill out an adoption survey, and it really talks about your expectations, what you like in your animal, and you meet with one of our gifted and very nice adoption counselors, and they just kind of talk through the process, pet insurance, medical, behavioral of each animal. And then it happens, adoption happens, and typically you can go home with your animal that day.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
And then you guys have been like exploding as far as how many adoptions you've been doing. You've doubled from almost 1,900 in 2011 to almost 3,800 in 2016. Then you're already on pace to beat that this year almost?
Yes, so summer is our biggest adoption month, summer and fall. And we're only in June, and we're already at 1,500, a little bit over, than what we adopted out last year, which was over 3,700. So it just says our community loves animals, they believe in rescue, adopt, don't shop, and they believe in having multiple animals. So it's pretty rare for people to have just one, because once you have one, you want a couple more.
Yeah, exactly. I'm that case 100%. I can't stop.
You. Yeah.
So what's, other than dogs and cats, what other animals do you adopt
we have
out here?
a large bunny population each year. We're really known for adopting out rabbits. We take a really good care of them, and we get them spay-neutered. And certainly people come to us for bunnies. We also get really interesting things like hamsters. One time we got a bearded dragon. Once in a while we'll get snakes. We do get rats. We get mice. We get birds. You just never know. Sometimes we get pot-bellied pigs.
Really?
Those are very funny.
I can imagine.
They're just hilarious. And you know, it's exciting to be here when we get something a little bit different.
Yeah, a little. So you're entirely supported by charitable gifts from our community.
Yeah, we are. We're 100% donor funded, and so it's really people like you and I who give from their hearts. Sometimes that means it's $10 a month. Sometimes we get, you know, significant gifts of $10,000 and even more. We do write grants. We do research grant writing and put out requests to help fund our mission. One of our best grantors, Bissell Pet Foundation, we just absolutely love them. They sponsor adoptions throughout the year with 2 main events, the Empty the Shelter event, and then they also, we write grants to them, and they typically fund some of our programs and services. So in addition to that, I mean, we just have people who give from their heart. We have some amazing relationships with corporate sponsors and businesses, and I mean, really people of all ages, from all walks of earth, in this area and beyond. We have people who, if there's a wedding or an anniversary or a birthday, they'll send us, you know, money. Hey, this is for my grandpa who lives down the street. You know,
yeah,
he loves your shelter, and so we want to give you some money. You know, that's really cool.
And so that'll lead me into the fact that we are currently running a campaign right now to try to raise money for you guys and try to get Connie to dunk her face in a sink full of mayo. And so we're about, I think, $4,000-ish short of our goal. We only have until the end of the month. And so we're hoping people can head over to our GoFundMe page and take care of that now. You can find all that information. It should be down there-ish.
Right. Yeah, I mean, so these are the ways we raise money, and we are so grateful to Connie and, of course, you and Curtis for bringing up the crazy idea of Connie to shove her face in mayonnaise, which will gross her out. And that's where the, the game came in, right?
Exactly.
And so, gifts like that really help us, and especially timing. So we are at the height of kitten season. It's going to follow for the next many months, and that means mama cats and their kittens come in. We have people who foster, but we also pay for all that food and the litter so that they can go home and just foster, which is, I'm fostering right now. It's pretty expensive.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, there's a lot of little kittens in my house and a mom to feed. And so donations like the $5,000 for Connie to put her face in a big pot of mayonnaise will really help us, because it's an unplanned gift, right? So it's a big boost, and we can do a lot with $5,000. We milk every penny.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you very much for having me in today and telling me a little bit about Humane Society of West Michigan.
We're really grateful to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, this is Princess Mayo. She's the mascot. Super sweet.
Connie and Curtis.